Mike McGear entering the pits is P19. Race start. Peter Grobler from Australia is second. Ernest Heather from South Africa is fourth. Harry de Beer from South Africa is sixth. Mike McGear exiting pits on hards. Yuan Yemen from South Africa is P5. Tommy Glad from South Africa is 7th. Cameron Venaish from South Africa is 9th, 0.5 behind Janine Glad. Ernest Heather is 5th, 0.4 behind Yuan Yemen. Janine Glad from South Africa is 8th, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Jake O'Neill entering the pits is 15th. Harry de Beer is 6th, 0.4 behind Ernest Heather. Yuan Yemen is 4th, 0.5 behind Jaco Lambert. Harry de Beer is P6, 0.3 behind Ernest Heather. Janine Glad is P8. Best lap is a 1:06.554. .960 off the fastest lap. Jaco Lambert from South Africa is 4th, 0.4 behind Yuan Yemen. Harry de Beer is 6th, 0.3 behind Ernest Heather. Harry de Beer lost P9 to Dewald Lambert. Danny van Rooyen from Netherlands is 2nd, 0.3 behind Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.2 behind Danny van Rooyen. Janine Glad is P7, 0.2 ahead of Cameron Venaish. J. Connell exiting pits. Cameron Venaish is P8. Harry de Beer is 12th, 0.3 behind Gerhard Niemand. Gerhard Niemand was 9.2 faster last lap. Cameron Venaish from South Africa is P8, 0.4 behind Janine Glad. Janine Glad is P7, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Cameron Venaish is 8th, 0.5 behind Janine Glad. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.5 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Janine Glad is 7th, 0.3 ahead of Cameron Venaish. Cameron Venaish is 8th, 0.4 behind Janine Glad. Peter Grobler is 2nd, 0.4 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Cameron Venaish on lap 6 is P8, 0.4 behind Janine Glad. Peter Grobler is 2nd driving a Opel, 0.3 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Cameron Venaish is 8th, 0.5 behind Janine Glad. Cameron Venaish is now P7. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.3 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Cameron Venaish from South Africa is P7, 0.4 behind Janine Glad. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.4 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Janine Glad is P6, 0.3 behind Tommy Glad. Dewald Lambert from Bhutan is 8th, 0.5 behind Cameron Venaish. Dewald Lambert passed Cameron Venaish for P7. Janine Glad is P6, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.5 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Janine Glad is P6, 0.1 behind Tommy Glad. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.5 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Janine Glad is P6, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Peter Grobler is second, 0.5 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Gerhard Niemann from South Africa is P8, 1.1 behind Dewald Lambert. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.3 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Gerhard Niemann is P8, 0.6 behind Dewald Lambert. Jaco Lambert entering the pits is 14th. Peter Grobler on lap 11 is P2, 0.5 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Jaco Lambert exiting pits. Gerhard Niemann is P8, 0.7 behind Dewald Lambert. Peter Grobler is second, 0.5 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Gerhard Niemann is P8, 0.4 behind Dewald Lambert. Peter Grobler on lap 12 is P2, 0.5 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Gerhard Niemann is 8th, 0.4 behind Dewald Lambert. Peter Grobler is second, 0.5 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Gerhard Niemann is 8th, 0.2 behind Dewald Lambert. Peter Grobler is second. Gerhard Niemann is P8, 0.3 behind Dewald Lambert. Peter Grobler is P2 driving a Opel, 1.1 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Gerhard Niemann from South Africa is P8, 0.4 behind De Wald Lambert. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.9 behind Danny Van Ruyen. The leader has just finished the race. Danny Van Ruyen finished first. Peter Grobler finished P2. Jake O'Neill finished 14th. Yuan Niemann finished 3rd. Ernest Heather finished P4. Tommy Glad finished P5. Janine Glad finished P6. De Wald Lambert finished P7. Gerhard Niemann finished 8th. Harry de Beer finished 9th. Cameron Venaish finished 10th. Mike McGeer finished P11. Jaco Lambert finished 15th. Leon van Linden from South Africa finished P13. Dylan Conway finished P12. Announcer bot is active. The race session is at Prototype Zwartkops Raceway. The wind speed is 10 km/h from the north-northeast. Race start. Ernest Heather from South Africa is P4. Dewald Lambert from Bhutan is 6th. Jaco Lambert entering the pits is P15. Jaco Nell from South Africa is 9th. Janine Glad from South Africa is 10th. Harry De Beer from South Africa is 13th. Cameron Venage from South Africa is 13th. Tommy Glad from South Africa is 5th, 0.3 ahead of Dewald Lambert. Mike McGeer from South Africa is 7th, 0.2 behind Dewald Lambert. Janine Glad is P10, 0.3 behind Jaco Nell. Gerhard Niemand entering the pits is 1st. Janine Glad is now 10th. Janine Glad is now P10. Peter Grobler is P2. Tommy Glad is 5th, 0.3 behind Ernest Heather. Gerhard Niemand exiting pits. Mike McGeer is P7, 0.6 behind Dewald Lambert. Dewald Lambert is P6, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Peter Grobler from Australia is P2, 0.4 behind Danny Van Rooyen. Dewald Lambert from Bhutan is 6th, 0.3 behind Tommy Glad. Mike McGear is 7th. Lambert on lap 4 is 6th, 0.3 ahead of Mike McGear. Mike McGear is 7th, 0.3 behind DeWald Lambert. DeWald Lambert is 6th driving a VW, 0.1 behind Tommy Glad. DeWald Lambert lost P7 to Jake O'Neill. Janine Glad is 9th driving a Opel, 0.5 behind DeWald Lambert. Tommy Glad is P7 driving a VW, 0.3 behind Jake O'Neill. Tommy Glad lost P7 to DeWald Lambert. Janine Glad is P9, 0.4 behind Tommy Glad. Janine Glad is now 12th. Janine Glad passed Tommy Glad for P12. Jaco Lambert from South Africa is P13, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Jaco Lambert was 5.3 faster last lap. Jaco Lambert passed Tommy Glad for 12th. Tommy Glad on lap 6 is 13th, 0.3 behind Jaco Lambert. Jaco Lambert was 5.3 faster last lap. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.5 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Cameron Venaish is P9, 0.5 behind Dylan Conway. Peter Grobler is P2 driving a Opel, 0.7 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Cameron Venaish is 9th. Best lap is a 1:06.185. 0.927 off the fastest lap. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.8 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Cameron Venaish is P9 driving a Opel, 0.2 behind Dylan Conway. Harry De Beer is P10, 0.4 behind Cameron Venaish. Peter Grobler from Australia is second, 0.3 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Cameron Venaish from South Africa is P9, 0.5 behind Dylan Conway. Peter Grobler is second, 0.4 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Harry De Beer on lap 10 is P10. Harry De Beer passed Cameron Venaish for 9th. Peter Grobler is second, 0.4 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Jake O'Neill is P6, 0.3 behind Ernest Heather. Jake O'Neill passed Ernest Heather for P5. Ernest Heather is P6, 0.1 behind Jake O'Neill. Dewald Lambert is 7th, 0.3 behind Ernest Heather. Dylan Conway entering the pits is 10th. Dewald Lambert is now P5. Ernest Heather from South Africa is P6, 0.1 behind Dewald Lambert. Dewald Lambert was 7.8 faster last lap. Jaco Lambert from South Africa is P10, 0.3 behind Harry De Beer. Ernest Heather on lap 11 is P6, 0.3 behind Dewald Lambert. Dewald Lambert is 6th. Best lap is a 1:05.690. 0.440 off the fastest lap. Jake O'Neill on lap 12 is 7th, 0.3 behind Dewald Lambert. Harry De Beer is P10, 0.3 behind Jaco Lambert. Tommy Glad is P12, 0.2 ahead of Janine Glad. Janine Glad is 13th, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.4 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Dewald Lambert is 6th, 0.1 behind Ernest Heather. Ernest Heather was 0.5 faster last lap. Glad is P12, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Peter Grobler is second, 0.3 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Dewald Lambert on lap 14 is P6, 0.3 behind Ernest Heather. Janine Glad is P12, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Janine Glad was 4.8 faster last lap. Dewald Lambert is P6. Jake O'Neill is P7. Janine Glad is 12th driving a Opel, 0.4 behind Tommy Glad. Jake O'Neill is P7, 0.3 behind Dewald Lambert. The leader has just finished the race. Peter Grobler finished P1. Danny Van Ruyen finished P2. Yuan Yemen finished 3rd. Mike McKeer finished 4th. Ernest Heather finished 5th. Dewald Lambert finished P6. Jake O'Neill finished P7. Cameron Venaish finished P8. Jaco Lambert finished P9. Harry De Beer finished P10. Tommy Glad finished 11th.